What's up, everybody? My name is Kyrie Chase, and I'll be doing the WWE draft, talking about the draft from last night, and doing the Battleground predictions. Now, Kyrie's not here to do it with me this time because he's not home. So I have his predictions right here written down on a piece of paper. So before I talk about Battleground, let me get the draft out of the way real quick. Raw clearly won last night. I think Raw had the better picks. Just starting off, Seth Rollins, Charlotte, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, New Day, Sami Zayn, Sasha Banks, and Chris Jericho were their first, I believe, 10 picks, if I'm not mistaken. And SmackDown started off good. In the first round, you got Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles. Second round, John Cena and Randy Orton. But towards the end, I feel like Raw really did have to get the better roster, getting a few people from NXT. You had people from NXT come up, American Alpha, Finn Balor, and Nia Jax on the show. And on the post show, Alexa Bliss, Mojo Rawley, and Carmella got drafted. Alexa went to SmackDown. Mojo Rawley went to SmackDown, and Carmella also went to SmackDown. I can say what I can say about the draft last night. I thought it was, the production wasn't the best because, first off, it was just Mick, Stephanie, Daniel, and Shane just reading their picks. And I thought it was kind of boring at times, And why couldn't they have had things like superstar reactions in the back to see what they thought? And they had that from the NXT stars, on YouTube and on the network, but I wasn't watching at the time. They could have showed some of the superstars' reactions to get picked to Raw, SmackDown. Also, Kevin Owens and Cesaro were picked way too late, and also I disagree with splitting the women up because there's just not enough women to. There's just not enough women to, split the roster up unless they're gonna have. And also, SmackDown only has 2 titles at the moment. The IC title with The Miz and the WWE Championship with Dean Ambrose. While Raw has the Tag Team Championships, the cruiserweight division is going to be on Raw. Charlotte as Women's Champion is on Raw, and Rusev as U.S. Champion is also on Raw. So really, Raw is doing pretty good, but I think they're going to have Charlotte as the Women's Champion, bounce from both shows, and the Tag Team Champions bounce to both shows. The way I would have done it, I would have kept the women's division on Raw, put the cruiserweight division on SmackDown, let the tag team champions float, and put the U.S. title on and Intercontinental title on either show. That's how I would have personally done it. But I'm not gonna I do think SmackDown kind of did get screwed because Raw easily had the better picks. But I'm gonna say optimistic. Well, I was never fully on board with the idea of another brand split. But now that they're doing it, WWE has to go all in on it, and I'm actually gonna be watching SmackDown every week with people like John Cena and AJ Styles and other people on it. I do think before, and one more thing before I go on to Battleground, I think that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens should have been split up. I love that rivalry. They're 2 of my favorite work, especially Kevin Owens. But I don't think that but I think they should have been split up so they can, feud with other people. Not saying that feud is bad, but eventually, they got to move on from each other. Like they said, Battleground's supposed to be that last match, even though it's clearly not gonna be. But I think Sammy should have went to SmackDown and Kevin should have went to Raw, or the other way around. And like I said, for Kevin and Cesaro were picked just way too late. Kevin was picked number 18. And Cesaro was picked number 28. Meanwhile, the Big Show was picked number 23, and Baron Corbin was picked number 19. But it's whatever. Now on the Money in the Bank. Battleground. Now on the Battleground. First off, let me say me and Kyrie didn't review Money in the Bank because Game 7 of the NBA Finals was on, and that was, like I said before, clearly was more important than watching Money in the Bank because we had to see which one of our favorite players won the championship. Of course, my favorite player, LeBron James, won his 3rd ring. So take that, LeBron haters. Anyway, that's not really important, even though it is. It's not important to this subject, Battleground. Now, like I said, I have Kyrie predictions right here on the paper, and we're gonna start off with the Wyatt family versus New Day. I think the Wyatt family are gonna win win this match because they have to. They've lost so much momentum. And with them breaking up, they might. A part of me thinks with them breaking up, they might let New Day go over. But the Wyatts can already have lost so many feuds. They might as well just win. The title's not even on the line. Let the Wyatts go over. The Wyatt family compound I did enjoy. Part of me liked it more than the Final Deletion on TNA, mainly because Final Deletion. I was thinking, it had good stuff, but at the same time, thinking, what in the world am I watching? I do think that the Wyatt family are gonna, beat the New Day. Do I think Xavier Woods is gonna join them or something? No, I don't. I do think Xavier's gonna come and affect it in the finish somehow. I don't know how though. Excuse me. Kyrie also picked the Wyatt family for that. Sasha Banks and a mystery partner versus Charlotte and Dana Brooke. Now this also goes back to the draft. Me and Kyrie both say Charlotte's partner is gonna be Bayley. If it isn't, I'm gonna be very cross if it isn't, because it's about time she's made her debut to the main roster, and since she didn't make her debut last night, now this is really the perfect time to do it as Sasha's mystery partner. Even though Sasha said in an interview that Bayley won't be our partner, I don't believe that. Hopefully, if it isn't Bayley, it's gonna be Nikki Bella, and I really hope it isn't. No disrespect. Me and Kyrie both picked Sasha and her partner, and both our cases we believe it will be Sasha and Bayley. Mainly because if they want to build up Sasha and Charlotte at SummerSlam next month, Sasha is gonna go over. Do I think? I think she should make Charlotte tap out to the bank statement to really, say, all right, she deserves that title shot, even though she already should have had a title shot, considering the fact that she wasn't the one that tapped out at WrestleMania. That was really the only problem I had with the match was the ending. Other than that was clearly the match tonight at WrestleMania. Rusev versus Zack Ryder. Me and Kyrie both picked Rusev, and I don't really want to talk about that match because really, we don't. I don't care. Miz versus Darren Young. We both picked the Miz once again, just like the other title match. Even though Darren Young is on Raw and Zack Ryder's on SmackDown, I don't think they're gonna switch the titles. And Miz on SmackDown and Rusev's on Raw, so I might as well keep the titles where they are. And so we both picked the Miz to retain. Becky Lynch versus Natalya. This could be a really good match if given the time. Give these two women, just 11 minutes. That's all they really need, 11 minutes, and they can put on a really good match. They're both really good workers. Becky, I always felt was underrated. Natalya underrated as well. Even though when she got the push, no one really cared when Natalya got it, and we personally felt that push should have gone to either Becky or Sasha. But that's beyond the point. Me and Kyrie both picked Becky to win this match because Becky has to go over. She never gets a chance to really go over, and Natalya's perfect woman to put her over. Does this call for the end of that feud? Might as well. There's nothing after this match. No point in moving on, especially if Becky wins. So we both picked Becky for that. Next up we got Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. It feels kind of weird doing this video without Kyrie to play off of. But Kyrie picked Kevin Owens, and I was originally gonna pick KO, but strategy says I gotta differ from Kyrie more than one match. So I'm picking Sami Zayn, but not just because of strategy wise, mainly because with Sami winning, he never got that victory over Kevin Owens. He didn't get it at Payback. Kevin Owens won that match, and Sami has not gone over on pay-per-view yet. So we might as well go over Kevin Owens here just to signal the end of the rivalry for right now. So I think Sami should win this match. If Kevin Owens wins, I'm not going to have a problem with that, besides that putting me down, because I like Kevin Owens. Next up, we got John Cena, Enzo, and Cash versus the Club. Kyrie picked the Club to win this match, which, I can see why. AJ Styles is his favorite wrestler, and Johnson. And I'm picking John, Enzo, and Cash, not just because Cena's my favorite wrestler, because I feel like this is big for Enzo and Cash, the secondary main event on pay-per-view, to go over. And either way, I think Cena and AJ are going to continue that feud on SmackDown because they both got drafted to SmackDown. But since AJ is breaking from the Club, since Gallows and Anderson are going to Raw, I think that they're going to align themselves with Finn Balor on Raw. So I think that the Club are going to, disband right now, and John, Enzo, and Cass are going to go over. But especially on Raw, with the club standing tall over everyone in that really good 12-man tag match back on Raw, and with the 12, and really it shows that they had the experience over John, Enzo, and Cass because they've worked as a team in Japan and in the last few weeks. While John, Enzo, and Cass, they're completely new to each other, and a miscommunication is what cost them on Raw. But will it happen again? We'll see. But yeah, me and Kyrie differ on that match. All right, finally main event: Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. I personally think they should have saved this match for SummerSlam, or they could have possibly dragged out to WrestleMania, but I'd rather them have had it at SummerSlam because it's that big of a match. But having it here is good enough because we've all wanted a triple threat from the Shield for the longest time. First, let me say, Dean Ambrose won the WWE Championship at Money in the Bank. I was so happy, and when Seth beat Roman cleanly, I was happy about that. Then Dean cashed in. I was happy about that because Seth and Dean are two of my favorite guys in WWE. In their past two matches, last night on SmackDown and 2 nights ago on Raw, were really good, especially the Raw match, despite the bad ending. Now, let's just talk about Roman Reigns real quick. If WWE lets him win the title coming straight off suspension, I think I'll be angry because of how unprofessional that really seems at WWE. Like, this man just came off a suspension, and you're gonna completely reward him with the WWE Championship, especially if he goes over cleanly. If he goes heel and wins the title, I can accept that. But if he just goes over, regular cleanly, then I'm gonna really be upset about that because Seth and Dean are two of my favorite workers, and Reigns is yet to get over on me. But in this case, Kyrie picked Dean to retain, which does make sense because Dean just won a title. I don't want to see him lose it this fast after barely a month. But I differ with Kyrie. I think Seth is gonna win because Stephanie picked Seth first, and I think they're gonna want the title back on Raw. But because they don't want to look unprofessional, they're not gonna have Reigns. They're not gonna have Reigns go over, so they're gonna put the title back on Rollins. And if they do, I'm gonna be happy about that. Not only because it could possibly mean me winning, beating Kyrie, but also because Seth is the best wrestler in the company in the company right now, hands down. So I'm picking Rollins to win that match. So the different picks for this pay-per-view, the triple threat match, Seth. I got Seth, Kyrie as Dean, and Zayn versus Owens. I have Zayn, Kyrie has Owens, and Cena, Enzo and Cass versus the Club. I have Cena, Enzo and Cass, and Kyrie has the Club. And the forfeit for this pay-per-view, since we didn't get to have a forfeit of Money in the Bank, is once again the chops because no one lost. It was another tie, and I'm not creating another forfeit until someone loses. And this Sunday, I will be back with the Battleground predictions video unless something happens at the end of Battleground that makes me so angry that I'm going to have to wait to calm down. But likely the Battleground review will come out Sunday night or Monday. Till then, my name is Kyrie Chase, and I will be back with Kyrie Sunday night, and we will see you guys later.